is a similar, an exact duplicate item that you would manage in your namespace, almost like you would manage, within a wallet, basically. And it could be a stock certificate, it could be signatures, it could be currencies, in fact. It could be reward points. That's what a mosaic is, but they all have to be identical. And you can name multiple different mosaics. That's what it is. But I think it was a layer of conceptual difficulty they didn't really need to add. I think they could have just made it like a namespace token or something. But in any case, proof of importance. This gets a little squirrely. I have read the technical paper on it, and yet it still isn't particularly clear to me. It is identifying itself as similar to Google's algorithm for allocating your attention. So when you search, the Google algorithm says, well, this is the most important blog or site that answers the questions you've asked. And it does that based on a number of different factors. How long do people stay on it? How long, what level of trust? That's what the proof of importance is. The paper, the digital or the technical paper, wasn't particularly clear on how it's evaluated. However, it amounts to you have to set up a node, and the nodes evaluate other nodes on their trustworthiness and their value to the network. How that happens, I am not certain. I think it's a question of solving the backroom algorithm of what drives the transactions, but they weren't particularly clear about it. I still do not have a good answer on it, but I do know that it is low CPU usage. That's great. Okay, this is really one of its biggest points for developers and for use case is that it's got by far, as far as I can tell, the best API access of any platform. Virtually every programming language you want. You want Java, C#, C++, Python, Node.js, on and on and on. It has them. It has them. So JavaScript, I think it has them. That's fantastic. Solidity is the code you need to learn for Ethereum, and it's challenging. It's not an easy language to learn. Several languages take care of so much of the heavy lifting. Like C++, you have to manage memory, and it can get very burdensome. Python does all that for you. You don't have to worry about it. So it can also work with Changelly for fiat to NEM transactions. That's fantastic, very powerful. It doesn't appear to be an issue for it, but it is powerful. Harvesting from nodes is how you generate blocks. Harvesting is how the system uses the proof of importance. So if a particular node earns a proof of importance, it's allowed the harvesting reward, which is what the mining fee was, or the transaction cost is. All right. So the good is it's fast, very fast, scalable, secure, hasn't been thoroughly tested, easy implementation, 100%. Easy implementation. The namespace makes it very easy to use. The mosaic concept makes it capable of holding other currencies within your namespace or your wallet, more or less. It can go fiat to NEM, which is powerful. The APIs, that is one of the biggest things. And the low per token cost. So it's a little bit more approachable per token cost than, say, an Ethereum at $1,000 or a Bitcoin or something like that. You can own a lot of NEM if you choose to. So as far as I know, and I have not been, well, in fact, let's check that out. You know what? Let's confirm it. ICOs launched on NEM platform. I looked on their site. $9 million NEM based. Okay, Tech Bureau Japan. See, you see waves, but I don't think there have been a lot. Launches NEM powered ICO platform COMSA. Wow, this has got a few nice ads, doesn't it? It's the sixth most valuable blockchain. Good gosh, they're getting their money out of my visit. Okay, COMSA platform. I mean, Premium Water Holdings and Campfire, two more ICO. So there are people out there doing it, but it doesn't look it doesn't look like Neo, which has lists of ICOs happening all the time, and Ethereum has over 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Okay, now Ethereum is the wrong platform to use these days, 100%. If you don't want your token to be usable, you launch on Ethereum. Period. Now, a lot of people launch as an ICO on Ethereum with an exchangeable token, like Cardano has. It's an Ethereum token, but they're saying you're going to hold that token until we come up with a real Cardano, and we'll give you a one-to-one exchange. So, they're not intending to use Ethereum. All right. We're almost through here. High coin count, which I don't like. Not more government and corporate focus. That was a perfect example. That's the Japanese government. Did I shut that down? Okay. The Tech Bureau, Tokyo-based, announced the Tech Bureau, Tokyo-based fintech and cryptocurrency solutions company. Yeah, that's not necessarily Japanese government. That is not Japanese government. But you can see it's more corporate oriented. That's what I say, which means that it's a bit less accessible. It's not really designed for widespread use at a consumer level, which is fine. A lot of consumers aren't trying to launch. It's more small business. But even small business does not look like it's a focus. Not particularly active community of fans. Their social media is very good, but it doesn't look like, let's say a Pivx community or a Dash. Well, Dash is not as active, but Pivx or even Smart Cash. They have a really active community. Not on NEM. NEM is much more limited in terms of its activity. Key investors, yeah, these are optional slides. I'm not a buyer of NEM, as most of you can tell. Now, I don't think it's missing some critical features, and it's focused on ones that are less critical. That's what I think. Long term, NEM has good potential. We'll have to see how many ICOs start using NEM. If the ICOs don't start using it, and it's not selected by any major corporations, which at this point I don't believe it is, then it's a good solution looking for problems to solve. The market has voted that it prefers Neo at this point. It's voted that it prefers Ethereum, although, Ethereum really needs to upgrade to Casper quickly, and they're doing that. And when that happens, then it's going to be a new battle royale. But at this point, the market is voting that NEM is not highly valued. That is one of the reasons why we're seeing the relative performance. Let's get this here. The relative performance of where is it? Yeah, well, the relative performance of NEM. Here's the technical paper I was reading. Let's double check CoinMarketCap. So if we take a look at, we can scan and see it. We look at Cardano, even though it has no product, it's on a positive tear today. Ethereum is up, again, more than Bitcoin. Stellar is a platform, believe it or not. Neo is up at 7 points. So that's a direct, there's a 10% swing there. That is essentially what the market is voting at. So let's close the case on NEM. If any of you are in love with NEM, I'd love to hear why, but I am not, and I am not a buyer. That's what I think about NEM. Now, let's see here. Giuseppe, and a couple of other of you own it. Are you still a holder of NEM, or are you going to shift your perspective at all? Giuseppe, did you fall off there? Anybody? Okay, well, I guess short-term active trading. Yeah, perfect. For that, even for that, unless you have an easy facility for shorting, I prefer a project that has upside potential that's significant enough for me to ride a good wave. But teach his own. Okay, let's talk about what Brock brought up. Brock, I knew you didn't think I would remember it, but I want to show it to you because it relates to something that happened today, like 2 hours ago. And I want to show you how deep the scam goes. I might be... Yeah, no, it's September. Here it is. Nope. 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 There we go. Okay, regulated out of existence. Stieglitz, Joseph Stieglitz, and Swiss bank bash Bitcoin at Davos. Okay, some of you may have seen this. Listen to the absolute ego and dictatorial bent on these. We have a good medium of exchange called the dollar. We can trade it. Why do people want Bitcoin? For secrecy. So we're all evil people for wanting our own money and to control it. That's what they're saying. We're all evil. I mean, how dare we? How dare we step off the plantation that they have conscripted us in terms of currency? So now what they say here is economists, Nobel Prize winner, Joseph Stiglitz, Nobel Prize winner. Huh. Perhaps everybody knew this about the Nobel Prize, but maybe you didn't. Okay. All right. Origin. This is somewhat important and relates to this. Okay, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Here, let me show you something. Do these exchanges not allow a minimum sell or buy amount? What exchanges are we talking about, Robert? I'm not sure what you're referring to. You kind of came out of left field on that one. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Binance. Do they not allow a minimum sell buy amount? Usually they have a minimum based on the fee that they have to charge you or something like that. I'm not real clear. This is what I wanted to tell you. There is no Nobel Prize for economics at all. There's only for chemistry, literature, peace, physics, and medicine, maybe. That's it. The Nobel Prize for economics is not a Nobel Prize. Okay, well, I hear you. I hear you, Brock. Yeah, on Binance, I don't think you're going to have an issue with minimums in terms of getting in and out of Binance. Just depends on which coins you're getting involved with. But within an exchange, as many of you have probably noticed, within an exchange, they resolve, meaning they clear their own transactions with Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum, so you don't have the fees going back and forth.